Alright, so we made it to Reunion Island, a 45-minute plane ride from Mauritius, straight here, and just flying in, the landscapes look absolutely insane, and the weather is actually starting to perk up, so hopefully we're not going to have any bad weather here, no rain, just praying for good weather. We're actually only here for around 3 days, so it's going to be quite tight to fit everything in. We're going to be doing sunrises to sunsets every day, and also later on I'll give you guys a quick breakdown of grading in Premiere Rush, each location we're going to be visiting. We're going to be hitting up loads of waterfalls, a ton of hiking trails, and just enjoying the amazing scenery here. Reunion Island is known for its hikes, so we definitely want to be getting up high above the clouds and just enjoying those sunrises and sunsets. And I guess first thing to do is get a good night's sleep, time to get up for sunrise tomorrow. Alright, first sunrise here in Reunion, got up around 3:30 and we made it to a spot called Maydu. It's looking unbelievable.
The sun's gonna pop up.
Never seen landscapes like this ever before. Mitch and I are kind of missioning to this point right over there. Yeah, just want to make it in time for sunrise and it's going to be unbelievable. So for the first time in Reunion, let's get the sunrise. Alright, so the plan is we can't come to Reunion and not shoot stars. So Mitch and I are going to probably do an insane mission. We're going to drive a 2-hour journey to this insane spot called Cap Noir. It's going to be a 12 AM start. And according to Photopills, the sunrise position and the stars are going to line up perfectly. We want to get there around 2 AM. So we're going to leave around 12 AM, a 2-hour journey straight to the spot, get set up, get all of the settings right, because that's crucial. We're going to be doing a gimbal motion time lapse. I'm going to give you guys a quick breakdown of how we're going to do that once we're there. But it's a lot of planning. It's crucial that we get this right. The weather is looking promising for tomorrow morning, so I guess let's get some sleep for 2 hours and then let's get this mission started. Made it to the spot. How long was the drive?
About an hour and a half.
Hour and a half. Mitch is crushing it with the driving.
It was super fast. I slept the whole way.
Yeah, and then well, I'm so out of it right now. That didn't even make sense. But we've got about only a 10-minute walk, which is kind of nice, to this lookout, and then it's time to get that gimbal time lapse going.
Those gimbal stars.
So let's head there now. Right now, or 5. I can't even tell what time it is because all of the phones are being used for like time lapses, but the sun is, I think, soon going to be coming up, but Mitch is out of it. Being up here for like 6 hours, I'm honestly feeling a bit delirious. Oh god. But this view is absolutely crazy. Mitch is very happy with the result of that.
Oh, you know it.
Yeah, just waiting for that sun to peak now. And I guess 6 hours. Let's get this done last night. First waterfall is up. We've just made it to Bassin Le Pas, and it's only around a 17-minute drive from our house, so really convenient. And we're just about to hit it during sunset, So we've only got about half an hour here. Head straight back to the house and I'll give you guys a quick breakdown of how I'm going to grade these shots and some other shots I've shot. So let's head straight down there and get the light while it's here. And I like this kind of moody vibe. That's why we came here for sunset. So when I'm grading it back in Adobe Rush, it will just be kind of this moody edit, and we could crush the blacks a bit, put vignettes on, and complemented with sound design is the perfect mix. So time to get the cinematics and head back. Right, back from the waterfall, straight into Adobe Rush. I told you I was going to give you guys a quick breakdown of the color grading in software, and we're going to go through that right now, of going through some waterfall shots. So I've been using Adobe Rush recently. It just really helps when I'm traveling a lot and I'm pumping out content all the time. It's an all-in-one really easy software that Adobe recently brought out, and I've been loving it. Literally, I'll be on a shoot and I'll be itching to grade that straight away, so I just whack into Rush, edit it, and it gives me such a great idea of what it would look like. And if I want to dig in a bit deeper, I can then open that Rush file in Premiere Pro, just go into it a bit more and really fine tune it. But Rush is such a good tool to use to kind of get the first stages of color grading. Another awesome thing about Adobe Rush is I can just color grade something on my iPhone, my iPad, on the plane. So I'm going to be going over the color grading features in the software right now. Color is so important when it comes to video editing, but it actually starts in camera or on your drone. I have color profiles that I've set on my Canon, DJI drone, my GoPro. So definitely look into your camera and kind of get your color right in camera first, and then dive straight into the editing process. It will make it a lot easier. And using Adobe Rush, just adding little adjustments will make your clip look amazing. So we're going to dive straight into Adobe Rush and show you how we're going to edit it. All right, let's get into this Adobe Premiere Rush tutorial. So I've dragged in the first cinematic sequence in the vlog and made the initial stitches in Adobe Rush. So we're going to go through how we're going to color correct these, and the most important thing is to match the colors up. So we want to make sure that the silhouette of myself matches up with the wide shot of myself, and the waterfall sequence has to match up with one another. Alright, so we're going to edit this sunset shot first. So let's go to the color panel, select presets, and Premiere has some awesome presets already built in. So we're just going to go through one by one to see which one looks good. And I think SL Fuji looks the best. What's great also is that there's an intensity bar right below, and you can adjust how much you want to use the preset. Once we're happy with that, we're going to click edit. This brings up the basic and advanced tools. So we're going to be playing around with exposure first. We don't want to blow out the highlights on the left hand side, so we're not going to increase this too much. Adjust the contrast, decrease the highlights so we get a bit more detail on the left hand side, and increase the shadows so we get a bit more detail on my face. We're going to bump up the temperature to match the sunset tone, and increase the tint a bit to emphasize the pink tones coming in. We're going to leave vibrance but add a bit more saturation so the colors really pop. I always add a little bit of sharpening, so we're going to set this to 10. We're going to leave the vignette because the borders around are already dark enough. Alright, that's the before and after. I'm pretty happy with that. Alright, next up is the wide shot of this. So we're going to go back to presets, find a preset that works the best, and I think cinematic works. Decrease the intensity by around 32. Click edit. It's looking a bit dark, so we're going to increase the exposure. Set the contrast to 9, decrease the highlights so we get a bit more detail in the far back, and increase the shadows slightly so I'm not totally silhouetted. To match up with the other sunset clip, we're going to increase the temperature to 9 and try and match those pink tones, so we're going to increase the tint to 5. We're going to add some sharpening and add a slight vignette. And as you can tell, we've matched up the sunset colors really well. Next up, the waterfall scenes. So first up, we're going to go to the presets, add the SL codec and decrease the intensity. Naturally the shot's quite dark, so we want to increase the exposure but not too much so the highlights on the left hand side don't get blown out. Bump up the highlights to 20. Increase the shadows to 28 so there's a bit more detail on the body. Slightly increase the temperature. Tune the vibrance. And as this was shot on a GoPro, it shoots the sharpness quite low, so we're going to increase this to about 10. And we're going to leave the vignette as the borders are already dark enough. Okay, next sequence, we need to match this up as closely as we can. Okay, presets, we're going to add the SL Fuji preset. Okay, go to edit, decrease the exposure, adjust the contrast, set the highlights to -6. We want to keep a lot of detail in the rock, so we're going to bump down the shadows to about a -11. This was shot on the GoPro, so the sharpness is really low, so we're going to bump this up to 10. I love adding vignettes. It's a quick way to add drama, and it forces the viewer to look at a specific focal point. So what's awesome about Premiere Rush, we can create presets so we can use them later on. So we're going to click these 3 dots at the top, create preset, and name this Waterfall Tones. Awesome, that is the initial color grade done. What's awesome as well, we can open up these Premiere Rush project files in Premiere Pro to add the transitions, the slow motion, just digging a bit deeper, but awesome start. So I'd definitely check it out. It's just awesome for us content creators to have a software that is so easy and quick to use when on the go, or anywhere you can use it. All right, I think sunset's about to happen. So we've got a 2-hour drive, last sunset in Reunion, let's get it. Okay, last sunset in Reunion. We're just driving back from the waterfall and this whole area just cleared up. It was foggy, misty, and we're just racing to the spot we found earlier. And we're like, this is gonna be a good sunset spot. So, gonna get the drones up, get everything running. And last sunset in Reunion, let's get it.